Radio. Real 92.3.
Back at it, Homegrown Radio. Chuck Dizzle, DJ HED.
West Coast.
And we got the Princess of Compton in the building right now.
Indeed,
She's stating it. She's claiming it. The next up, we got Azjah in the building. What's going on?
How y'all doing,
Hey, and she not sick, by the way, just to let
I'm
y'all
not
know.
sick,
She not
you know.
sick.
In case you hear clear throat.
Exactly, man.
NyQuil, get y'all some NyQuil. Let's get that sponsor going.
Nah, exactly. If they're going to do that, you know what I'm saying? Going to put that money in. Hit that like one more time. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, there we go. The light's on you right now. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to you, man. I've been seeing your name a lot lately, and I even tapped in with you on the Instagram.
Yeah,
like, yo, I'm seeing that, man. It's good. Head been in the studio, obviously, you know, making sure things is right on the A&R tip.
Head been getting me right.
It's good, right?
Head told me to relax. That was it. I needed that though. Special shout out to Head, man. You really do a lot for the West Coast. Like, for real.
I was gonna ask you that though, man. With a lot of that attention going on, I mean, speak on that. I mean, why did you need to relax, or what was going on through your head with everything going on?
See, I was so worried about what everybody was thinking of me, and I wanted, like, my first debut, I wanted it to be right.
Yeah.
So everything was on edge. So I had like 30 songs, and I deleted all of the songs. I'm not gonna use none of these. So I kept like thinking too hard.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Head in the studio. He like, look, hey, relax.
Yeah.
Like,
I can hear it. Relax.
Just relax.
Yeah.
He like, you thinking too hard. Like, he was getting irritated. He like, you thinking too hard. And that was the first time anybody told me to relax. Like, those simple words meant so much. Like,
and it
was like
allowed you to kind of, at that point, moving forward, were you able to pick more tracks, or did you start recording from that moment? And
no, I was just able to be more confident in what I was doing. Like,
got you.
Having Head in there and tell me, like, oh, this is dope.
Yeah.
Relax. Like, I was able to just like breathe a little bit. Like, okay, I got this. I'm on the right track.
So when that pressure's coming on, is it more or less from people saying, "Man, you next up," or "Oh, I don't like certain things," or what is the kind of pressure coming in?
I think everybody like, you're gonna be the first female to go mainstream on the West Coast.
Yeah.
But that's what I wanted though. But when I got to that point where I'm like
oh,
right
shit.
here, I'm getting there. It's like, damn, can I do? Am I gonna do it? Like, I don't want to disappoint nobody.
Got you.
But I feel like now, as of now, I feel like I got it. Like, it's gonna come.
Got you. Now, Head, when you was in the studio with her, like, this is the first, not the first meeting, I'm assuming, or is it the first time you playing music for you, or
and that's yeah. I mean, because we have been talking about, like, I would be here playing stuff online or whatever for the fans, and I'll tap in to see what the fuck going on. Right. I just want to make sure it's not whack.
Exactly.
Because I can't let it can't be too much whack shit coming out of this motherfucker.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
No, we don't know how they go.
So I pull up to the studio and I'm listening to different things, and I could tell, like, shout out to Knowledge and, like, in Rock and everybody was Sasha was around, and we was just, I could tell, like, everybody be wanting to be telling her shit, but she don't listen.
And that's crazy that you say that, because that's exactly
so.
Like,
people try to give you advice and you don't listen, or you
no, not like that. But Knowledge and my dad, they be ping ponging on who gonna say what. But I don't know why they do that. I ain't even gonna say it's me. It's probably just still sometimes, because I listen though. Like, when somebody tell me, like, honestly, like, you need to change, I listen. But with them, like, because even though Rock is my dad, but we like brother and sister. Me and Knowledge is like brother and sister. It's like a family thing. So it's like, we'll get into it over like the smallest things. So they be like, man, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Right. Like,
it ain't worth the argument.
Right.
You know
That's how they feel.
Got you.
And Hell's the first to come in there and set shit straight. Like,
Look.
No, get this in order. Like, look.
Yeah.
Like,
Just relax, because, like, I know she got the same thing that all the artists go through, where they be like, they listen to their shit over and over and over and
like
pick it apart.
Right.
And it's like, that shit old. It's like, it's old to you.
Yeah.
exactly.
Like,
That's my biggest thing. That was my biggest thing.
When you say you deleted like 30 tracks.
Not 30, like, I'm talking about, like, stuff I had, like, written and, like, I was playing with, like, what we call them reference tracks.
Yeah.
Right? It was a point in time I had, like, 50 songs in my notes, like, lyrics. I deleted everything and I started over.
Done.
But I'm glad I did that, because I came with this new,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying, this new field, new Asian, new sound. Like, I got so confident in what I was talking about, what I was doing. So I was happy I did that. But at the time, I was just frustrated with the industry, the music.
Yeah.
I just deleted, like, man, I ain't gonna do this shit.
How would you describe your sound to people?
I think my sound, like, excuse me, I got the melodic sound, yeah, but I think what I talk about plays a big, difference in. It make me different from other people, like the pain in it. And when I'm talking about everything I talk about, I literally been through. Like, I'm not telling nobody else's story. I'm telling mine, but we could talk about something you went through that I've seen you go through. I had to be there to see it. So that play a part of my sound, really.
Do you feel like there's anything that's off limits when it comes to music? Like,
No.
you're bearing your soul, your heart, everything on the track.
you got to look at Lil Nas doing the country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's no limit. And I listen to Sam Smith. I don't just listen to hip hop. I don't just listen to this. I listen to all type of music. My mom was just telling me yesterday, like, that's why you're going to be great in music, because you don't have no limit. You listen to other artists outside of your comfort zone.
Was that something that was learned or something that was already in you from day one?
No, when I was younger, I was listening to James Blunt. Every morning before I went to school, I was listening to Goodbye, My Lover.
Damn.
Wow.
I was always like that. Like, I always listened to different music. I really didn't care. I listened to Lil Wayne and Nipsey, like, when I was, like, younger, right? But growing up, I wasn't really into, like, rap like that. I could say that.
Yeah.
I was into, like, that almost country, but they talking they shit. Like, James Blunt used to talking shit. You get me? He used to say some stuff. He wasn't just... So I think that's where my difference come in.
Hey, you just brought up Nip, right? So, like, have you ever had a chance to chop it up with him?
I met Nip twice. So I never talked to him about music, though. That's what bothered me the most, because I was telling Knowledge and my dad, like, I was telling them this months ago. Like, that's the only artist I'm going to be so excited to me besides Ty Dolla $ign and, like, Rihanna, right? Nip was the only artist I was going to be so excited to me because the stuff he was doing. When I met him, he had hopped on my cousin party bus. She had a party bus, and her dad, you know, from the same area as him. So he came through, and he hopped on the party bus. But he wasn't even, like, as big as he was. He came through, and he said hi to everybody. He got off. And the second time I met him was, like, same thing, birthday party type. He coming by, say hi. Yeah. Never got a chance to really talk to him. Like, I don't even know if he heard of me.
Right.
So everything is just like, I hope Nip heard something.
Right.
When you did talk to him, what was the conversation like?
We didn't even get to have like a conversation.
Oh,
it was just like,
yo, pass me the drink.
how we all right here.
Right.
Got you.
You know, just being around. But I've seen him twice. That's it.
If you did have a chance to talk to him, not about music, but what would you want to talk to Nip about?
Business. Like, look at everything Black Sam taught him, you know. I want to know. I want you to run that down to me. I want you to give me the fruits, you know what I'm saying? Prolific, right? I want you to feed me the fruits that you know. Tell me something. It ain't got to be about music, because honestly, I think Nip became a legend not just off of the music. I think it's what he was doing for his community.
Absolutely.
Because you got everybody like, oh, y'all wasn't even Nip fans. Like, out of state, y'all wasn't even Nip fans. Bro, everybody don't know his music. It's what he was doing as a man, as a person. Like, that's what make him legendary. Like,
and I think that speaks more volumes too. I mean, if for somebody that we were just talking to people on the radio station, like people were calling in from Louisiana, from Boston, like, yo, you know what? I had some songs I heard, some songs I didn't hear, but it just resonated with me, the type of man he was. You know what I mean?
That's what made him great. I was telling them before he died, we went February 26th, I want to say. We went to his store because I was bugging them. And shout out to Millie. Millie was like, let's go to the store. They laced me with a whole bunch of Crenshaw sweatsuits. I met Black Sam that day. Dope. And Black Sam was like, yeah, I like what you're doing. So that kind of gave me comfort. Like, maybe Nick probably heard something or knew who I was, you know. But I was reaching out to, like, a couple of his people. Like, man, plug me with Nick, like Mars. 1500 Mars?
Yeah, I know.
Ask Mars. I told him, I want to meet Nick. Yeah. This was months ago. Shout out to Mars, too, man.
That's dope.
Damn, man. I mean, what trips me out is when you say when you were younger, you were listening to Nip.
Yeah, bro, man. Rose Click, all that. That's we all know that.
Yeah.
Everybody out of state wasn't on that, right? Because did he just go mainstream, right?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, most people
Grammys
just all that, right? That was really solidified.
Yeah.
I'm talking about it from an age perspective.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
damn, like,
Yeah.
we remember obviously seeing him come up and doing his thing, but you were listening to him growing up. Like, that was somebody you were listening to, somebody you were as an inspiration. So
him and Lil Wayne, them two, like, those ones I was, like, listening to. So when Nipsey got on the party bus, like I said, he wasn't even up there yet.
Right.
But he had TMC out and stuff. But he came there with, like, a big-ass jacket on, shirt long as hell, jeans, and he had the little braids.
Yeah.
He didn't have the back, he had them down,
Damn
right?
Right, yeah.
So that's how long ago that was.
Crazy, man.
What about Lil Wayne made you a fan?
I couldn't even. Really, my auntie Shay put me on Lil Wayne. And I like Lil Wayne lyricists. Like, he was like, his lyrics was crazy. So I was listening to, what's that song when it was like, the song that stuck out to me the most is when he was arguing with his girl through a song.
Oh, I can't
Sit down, get up. She said,
I
sit
remember
down,
the
get
name.
up. It's like from his mixtape, Fireman, and all that.
Oh, like
And
from
that's from way
the
back
Squad
then.
mixtapes?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he got a song and he was like, I never seen nobody do that, where they talking for the man and the woman.
Both perspectives.
He like, I say get down. She say sit up. I say shut up. She say shut up. I say I hit it, but I don't hit it. Like he was like, I'm like, damn, nobody did that. That was the first song that made me stick with Lil Wayne.
Damn.
It's like he doing something completely different.
He had a whole dialogue with him and the woman, but he was playing both parts.
But I'm saying for you, that's what stood out. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
I was like 13.
Now, were you not necessarily a fan of music at the time, but were you doing music or interested in music? It was just as a fan.
I was always interested in writing, so when I was younger, I used to just write, but I didn't know my purpose, so I just used to just write.
Poetry.
It didn't even make sense. I call it poetry at the time. At the time, I didn't, but now I call it poetry. And I used to be in the shower just saying stuff, and I never thought to be an artist. You know, that wasn't my purpose. I didn't know. I wanted to be a chef, honestly.
Word.
When I got to high school, I'm not gonna cap with y'all. Mindless behavior.
Get
Really?
the fuck out of here.
Because I was watching them on tour, right?
Yeah.
And I seen them as a group, and I'm like, damn, that shit look fun. I want to live that life. Like, the way they was going out to shows, everybody was screaming and stuff, mindless behavior.
That's the one
So
that
I
puts
was
you
like
on
17.
Like wow.
So you just said that you really wanted to be a chef.
Yeah.
Can you cook?
Yeah, come on, head.
What's your meal? What's your preference? What's your
I don't
specialty?
mean to be basic, but you know,
Go ahead.
chicken and shrimp, Cajun, chicken and
I
shrimp.
don't mean to be basic, but
I want to be basic.
I don't want to be basic, but the chicken and shrimp pasta, ask about it. I was selling that. I was selling plates.
Oh, word?
Like, when I was in college, I was selling plates.
That was the hustle.
That was a hustle. I was making like 150 profit.
Crazy.
Spend like $60 on the stuff.
So
$150 profit a day?
Yeah, for that day.
It's not bad. So were you doing that to then finance the career, or was that just?
Yep, I was working security, so I had a lot of time on my hands. So after I get off work, I would go. did it probably like 6 times. I posted on Instagram, and
It's
then
like I got these plates.
what messed it up though, the deliveries. Nobody want to come pick nothing up. Everybody want to deliver. And I was selling the place for $8,
It's like, come on, man.
and I wasn't even charging for deliveries. Like,
Oh, yeah,
I
you
was
was-
getting cheated.
Yeah,
I cheated myself.
Yeah.
I'm already knowing that. Yeah, you wasn't. Yeah, because my wife's a chef, and that's the same situation she was going through. She's like, yeah, I'm not doing that because people want
And you want to
stuff for the
satisfy
low.
everybody.
Exactly.
You want to satisfy everybody because it's your first time. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna satisfy you because I'm new to this.
Right.
But really, they knew.
They know what's going on.
They
'cause
knew
know
they were
there's
supposed to pay that $5 for the delivery. Then I'm going to tourist.
little
Then
tip.
I'm going to Hollywood. Then I'm going back to Compton.
all your gas.
My dumb ass was
out
going
the
the wrong
window.
routes and stuff. Like, come on.
Tripping.
So go ahead.
And I was going to ask you, so when you did make, like, let's say, has there ever been a time when you made something and it was nasty?
I made some nasty spaghetti one time.
She didn't want to say
too many noodles.
She remembered too.
Come on, man, you doing it to
She
me. Too
remembered.
many noodles.
So is it
You
just a
too many noodles,
Too many noodles.
It's a one-time thing, or that's just not your shit?
What else?
No, I'm just saying, is spaghetti one of those things where it's like, that's just not my thing, or
No, I
that
can
was just
make
a
some
one-time?
spaghetti,
Okay.
man, you know, but
You just
I
fucked it up
started
then.
and I put too many noodles because I didn't know you wasn't supposed to put a whole box in there.
Yeah, that
You supposed
might-
to take a little bit, pour me.
Oh, don't look at
See?
me. I don't know how to cook. I eat out every day. I don't know how to cook.
See, we gotta get you right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Who taught you how to cook?
My mom,
Your
she
mom?
didn't know how to cook when she was like growing up younger. She had to learn how to cook because she had me, so she had to learn how to cook. It didn't just come to her like.
Yeah.
So for you, where was that focus into the music at this point? Because you talk about being a chef, you talk about
She's a hustler.
Yes, a hustler. Obviously, you talk about doing security, but for you, when did you say, okay, this is it? Music, I got the drive. That's it.
Listen,
First of
like,
all, what were you securing?
FedEx.
You like
Hey,
5?
hold on.
Don't play her like that,
She
bro.
5 foot.
Listen, but my coworker like
Oh, okay.
6'2".
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
you had a
See,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? But he used to get mad at me because I was the one barking a lot. And he's like, come on, Asia, I'm going to have to get into
gotta do the work.
I'm about to get it. Yeah, but honestly, I ain't going to cap with you. Like, probably like a month ago,
Word.
I left my job.
Really?
There you
It was
go.
fresh.
So now it's like, damn, man, I'm going to just have to take this.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was going to do, but I'm going to do it. You know,
That
I
leap
had
of
the
faith.
thing going with Empire. So I'm like, you know what? I got to give it my all. Then the school tour.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically quit my job to do that school tour.
What I think is dope about your situation is that we're seeing it in real time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like literally the week or month, I forgot, whenever it was, like a couple months ago when I hit you, right after that, the school tours started popping up. And then we had Nima in here, and we were talking about you. I'm like, damn, like this is
It's
just,
a
it's
pattern,
building
yeah,
up.
yeah.
And I love seeing that because I think people and artists and just people in general that are into just the come up can benefit off of your story, and people like you that just view what's going on in real time.
That
and kinda see-
motivation,
exactly,
motivation.
Exactly.
Like people at FedEx, like I could say this, they didn't appreciate me at the time. Well, they knew I was doing music.
Yeah.
But I had one of the guards tell me, "Oh man, you ain't." everybody doing music. You ain't gonna. So when I left, they hit my homeboy up like, where she at? Hey, I'm gonna download her album. And tell her to come up here one more time. I was working there for 2 years.
Bruh.
And y'all knew I was doing music, but people don't take you serious until they see your hustle and they see you. Like, damn, she could walk away from this job and be okay. Yeah. She could eat, sleep, and have food. Like, okay, she really doing it.
Do that discourage you or motivate you?
Motivate me 100%. I ain't gonna do nothing that discourages me. I'm not gonna. If something discourages me, I'm gonna flip it around to where I get motivated.
That's good.
So
that's just how you gotta
that
move.
single moment of, you said, was it the Empire situation that made you say, okay, I gotta
give it my all because it's all in or nothing. Like, we gotta recoup this back. We gotta do, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And then it's not like I got rich or nothing. It's just I did enough for my album. Okay, now hustle. Now do the run. Like Nip would say, run the lap. Do your thing, dude. Get it in. I can't work security 6 a.m. to 2, be at the studio because I was at the studio till like 3, 4 in the morning, right? And I won't have enough time to go to sleep and go to work. I was gonna lose my job. It was either I quit or I was gonna get fired.
Anyway.
I was gonna get fired regardless. The dude like, damn, man, you keep calling up. Yeah. Man, I'm at the school. I'm going to the studio after. Then I gotta get up, and I was going to work an hour late.
Oh shit!
But my homeboy used to cover for me. He like, I got
Don't
you.
Don't put him on blast like that.
No, I ain't gonna say his name. He used to cover for me though. Like, yeah, just get some rest. Yeah. I used to sleep in the car on my lunch. Yeah. Go sleep and I was talking a problem about that too, because I used to sleep in the car, and then go back to work and go home and go to sleep, but I couldn't sleep long. I had to go to the studio. Knowledge ass calling my phone. My daddy waking me up. Yeah, my daddy texts me like, you got 2 hours to nap. That's it, okay? Damn, all right.
But that's good though. That regimen is good for you to learn early because I feel like a lot of people get spoiled when they get it too easy, and definitely. they don't never necessarily develop the skills to keep it going at that maximum level. Like
I just said, I gotta go get me a Planet Fitness membership because
get right on.
And I was at Carson High School and I was running up the bleachers. I'm like, hold on, my back.
It's a lot of motherfucking bleachers up there.
You forget the lyrics. You forget the lyrics when you get tired. I'm like, damn, what I say?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I heard a big boy of Outkast say a while back in the interview. He was like, back when the Dungeon family was doing their thing, they made them run around. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a track or whatever the case may be, but they would have to recite their lyrics as they ran upstairs, downstairs, around the tracks and all that. And that would help them with their breath control.
And I'm glad you said that because that is so important because literally while you performing, you running out of breath because you're using your lungs, your air, and then the body moving. So it's like, if you're not preparing for this, how you going to do this later on? Right. You're not going to become a great performer if you sitting. Like Kaylin is a great performer. Yeah. Ruchi, amazing. Great performer. Yeah. Amazing. And it's like, how did they get there? Bro, it's practice. Yeah. But I haven't been to the gym yet.
Yeah, you got to get up in there. Do what you got to do.
I'm going to get in there. Get it. I got a gut now. I got to get in there. I got to get in there.
I was going to ask you, obviously everybody paying attention because it's on time. Time for it. Time for it. What song was that about? I mean, what's that song about?
Time for it. And I don't even remember. Like, it's about really like everybody getting away with snitching. I don't want to say the B word, but bitches ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's so much fraud shit right now, and it's like that's why if you hear me rapping, like, don't you ever fix your lips and say you stalling me. I done had somebody tell me like, I'm gonna stall you out. Don't ever tell me you gonna stall me out. Like,
run it up.
So at the time I was dealing with all this, like, these emotions, like somebody snitched on my brother. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We dealt with this. Like, I know a couple of bitches that ain't shit. Like, this is something we dealt with, so I put it in the song, but it really came natural. I was in the studio with my Crazy Road. We just finished the record. And then they played the beat. I'm like, hold on. I thought of Khalees. My neck, my back, my... Like, that's kind of hard. Hold on, do that. And it just went crazy. The hook was actually a freestyle. Word. But the verse was written already. Oh. The verse was written. I had that for something else.
Is that your style? Like, do you prefer like the freestyle route as far as like going in, just mumbling things and getting something out? Does that work for you?
I love freestyling. And I ain't talking about freestyle like, no. I'm talking about just listening. Sometimes I don't feel like writing. Let me go in there and let me feel it. Because that's when you're going to get the best results, right? But sometimes you can't just keep going there because you're going to keep saying the same thing. Mm-hmm. So it's good to do both. Take some time out and write. Take some time in freestyle. Yeah. Do both. I don't want to be the person be like, I don't write at all. I freestyle. No, because you need to write. You saying the same thing over and you need to write. Yeah. So I had to learn that because I started noticing I was in the studio freestyling.
You in there arrogant?
Come on, you trying to play me? I ain't arrogant.
You was in there.
I was in the studio trying to freestyle, and I was like, damn, I keep saying the same thing. Because it's stuck. You know, it's how you feel.
Yeah.
Take some time and write.
I'm so glad you said that because you have to know how to balance that.
Exactly.
You know, you hear people say that all the time. I don't write shit down. Like, all
Yes,
right,
you do.
yeah. First of all, you probably do. Second of all, you can hear it if you're not developing yourself and really taking the time and seeing what you're writing and understanding the lyrics.
Yeah, my dad got on my head about that. Like, hey, you said the same thing.
Get your ass in there and write some shit
It's
down.
hard, but it's the same thing. My mom too. You said the same thing, and I was getting mad at them at first, but I'm happy they told me because it was like I was getting offended. I'm like, y'all right though. I'm saying the same shit.
When did it break through for you to listen to advice? When people will say something that you didn't necessarily agree with, for you, when does it say, okay, all right, I can listen to you now? That does make sense.
ASAP, like, shit, right after Time For It came out, really. Because y'all got to think, Time For It, I had that song since August or June, July. I had that song for a while.
A year.
But I started listening to my mom and dad and their knowledge. I had to listen to them because I know their intentions is right and they're not going to steer me wrong. And every time I don't listen to my mom, shit go bad.
Damn.
And she always tell me, sorry, you gonna wish you listened to me because all my life, whatever it was, anytime I don't listen to her, the shit go left. Azjah, don't go to that party, you don't go get shot. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It's like, my mom taught me to listen to my gut. A lot of people don't listen to their gut. So now my gut tells me, listen to what they telling you. Yo, I was hard-headed growing up. I don't like nobody telling me what to do. I never did, but now I'm getting into that. Like, it's okay for y'all to tell me what to do. We all got to steer this boat. I can't just steer it by myself.
That's wise.
Takes a team, man.
That's dope.
Relax, remember?
Fucking relax. That's what I thought. I was like, fucking relax.
Relax.
So this album, you know what I'm saying? You finally relaxed. You know what I'm saying? You went in, got a situation with Empire. First of all, give the people the details. When does it drop?
Okay, April 26th.
Okay.
Princess Diaries.
Yeah.
So from the title, I hope y'all could tell, like, y'all gonna get to know me, the truth behind the lies, the truth behind everything, you know. Just the stuff I've been through, and then you got some songs on there you can vibe to. There's just a lot on there, and I feel like I'm gonna give everybody every part of me. Not too much, but just the intro of me, like, so y'all can get used to me.
What do you think is something that people don't know about you?
People look at me like, I had somebody tell me I was a dyke.
Damn.
And it's like, bro, you don't even know. I'm in touch with my feminine side. Like, I'm cool with my emotions, and I'm cool with who I am. So I don't think a lot of people. I think a lot of people look at me and think I consider myself this. I don't. I don't get offended, but it's like I'm not into that justifying myself. You know what I'm saying? I am who I am. I do what I do. I'm not into the name calling the. Bro, what is that?
Well, did somebody say that to you in the comments or face to face?
No, somebody on Twitter said that to me, and my dumb ass started arguing with me because I'm hot-headed. You know, I had to get out of that. Though. Like,
I was about to say, I don't see nobody saying that to you face to face like that. You know what I'm saying? So it had to be social media.
And I shouldn't have never fed into it. But I be want to
Azjah, relax.
That's when it comes because I want to clarify everything. At this point, I don't need to clarify nothing.
Were you offended at the assumption, or were you offended that they actually came at you like that?
No, I was offended at the assumption.
Gotcha.
Like, how she a princess and she what a dyke?
Right.
No, bro, you don't even know me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up with boys. Y'all gotta think. I grew up in the women's norms, playing football and boxing. I beat niggas up before. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just how I am. Like, I'm just rough around these edges, you know. But I'm in touch with my feminine side too. Like, I wear tight jeans, but I'm not gonna wear no dress.
Right.
But I'm gonna wear what I want to wear. I'm not gonna wear no crop top. I'm always gonna throw that tomboy curveball. You know what I'm saying? Don't justify
Don't
me.
box
Let
you
me
in.
just, you know what I'm saying? Don't box me in. Exactly. Do not box me in. That's what offended me.
With that being said, is it hard to date being in the industry? And, you know, at this point, you got a lot of eyes on you. You know, people are probably trying to holler. Like,
I
the
just feel like,
DMs is
listen,
popping. And what's up?
I don't mean to throw nobody under the bus, but you got some rappers that I've been knowing for a while, right?
They slide.
Trying to, like,
They
you
slide,
cute.
huh?
Hold on, bro. I'm not interested in nothing.
Right.
No, I wouldn't. I'm not interested in nobody in the industry. I'm not interested. I'm cool where I'm at. I'm good. I'm not interested in dating no rapper. We in the studio. Don't tell me to come by myself. I'm gonna come with my dad and knowledge. That's just how I'm rocking. I ain't got time for the weird shit. You be in the studio with these males and they feel like, oh, okay, she looking kind of good. Bro, we was just cool a week ago. Don't tell me I'm looking good. Don't do that.
Don't cross the line like that.
Don't cross the line. It's boundaries in this, and I just want everybody to respect my boundaries.
Do you feel like women get objectified in the industry?
Yes, definitely. But it's calming down right now. It's calming down because like I feel like the industry is accepting women more, like the rappers. You know, shout out to Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. You know, the Nicki Minaj, Cardi B's, and then you got Cody Shane. You know, all these female rappers that's coming to the light. So I feel like it's kind of calming down, but you still get objective.
Now, what do you know, from the city of Compton, right? There's a lot of artists that come from there. There's a lot of people that broke grounds. What does Azjah bring to the table for the city of Compton?
The first female from Compton that really like, I want to be the first. We have females, but everybody rapping, but nobody went mainstream yet. Like, I really want to bring that. I want to make sure, and it's not a competition with me and no female rappers. It's, let me get
Please
in the
say
door.
that one more time.
There's
Please.
no competition with me and no other female rappers. I do not look at no female rapper and be like, I'm better than her. Every female rapper I run into, they know, Azjah, I support y'all. I told them, I said, I support y'all. Don't let nobody turn us against each other. You get me? I just want to make it okay for us. Even if I don't do it first. Somebody got to get us in here to make it okay where we all get to come in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a female from the West now. A female from Compton at that. You get what I'm saying? Now it's going to be easier for this one.
Yeah.
Because think about when Kendrick and YG, they made it cool to be from Compton again. In a way. In music,
that's
you know what I'm
they
saying?
brought the
They
way
made
back.
it like Nipsey. Everybody embracing LA right now.
Yeah.
You know? And a lot of people got distracted by wanting to sound like they from the South, right? But
Facts.
since Nipsey passed, come on, I feel so in my culture right now.
Facts.
Yesterday I had on Chucks,
Yeah.
and I was in the hundreds in LA with a snapback on. I
Right,
felt
right.
like Ice Cube and
Felt right.
Boys in the Hood. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it's a good feeling. Like Nipsey kind of, even me, he made me appreciate the West Coast. DJ Head make you appreciate the West Coast.
Right.
That's
I'll take
really
it.
all it is.
No, that's good, man. I think that's one thing that we need to embrace out here, man. It's a term we always say, is just being unapologetically LA.
Well, you know, Schoolboy Q told me I was too West Coast.
He doubled back on that, though.
Yeah, he told me not to. He told me not to stop.
He
So-
doubled back on
DJ
that.
Head me on his
Yeah,
book.
he-
I swear.
He did.
You be on
He's
your
like,
shit.
you know, too West Coast. Okay.
He's like, you
Nah,
want me to
I saw that.
stop?
I
He's
saw
like,
the
you want me to
little snippet of
stop?
that.
Yeah,
Like,
he don't
shut-
want me to stop.
Shut the
though.
fuck up.
I feel like right now, let's embrace the West Coast, but don't stop.
Yeah.
Facts.
Just because Nipsey passed, don't stop. Let's keep it going. Like, I probably, I don't know if I sound like I'm from West Coast, but I want you to look at me and be like, she from LA.
Right.
I'm not afraid of that no more. We was afraid of that. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, I don't want to sound too.
Why is
LA.
that, though? Why?
I don't know. Like, why is it? I had to ask myself. I've been asking myself that for the last few days. Why did it take for Nipsey to pass for niggas to be like, LA, West Coast? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why did it take for Nipsey to pass for me to throw West in my pictures? But now that I'm here, let's keep it going. Don't stop this West Coast run. Let's recreate the West Coast. I think a lot of people think the West Coast got to be low riders and yippee yo, yippee yay. No. It can be however you say it.
I think that's what it is.
That's exactly what it
Looking
is.
at it from a hip hop perspective, like when you think of hip hop, you don't like. At one point, you don't say we know where it came from, but it's like there's a new identity, especially out here where we're from. We wasn't a hippity hop, the hip like that wasn't us. Like you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I get what you're saying. Like from the newer generation, it's like there's more than just the low riders, more than just the Chucks, more than just the Jerry curls and all that.
Exactly.
But that paved the way for where we are now. It's like you can embrace that, but there's a new wave, a new energy.
And you know what I think it is too? You got little baby Derez, Deshaun, all these Southside dudes is going crazy. So they sound is overpowering a lot of stuff. So you got people from out here that want to sound like that, right? And then you don't take the time to think, man, let's recreate the West Coast. Like, let's put, why should it only be the South and New York and all these people popping? What was on the West Coast?
Yeah.
So for me personally, like Nipsey passing made me open my eyes to YG. YG, My Crazy Life is a LA classic.
For sure.
LA, and I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know, I know all the songs on there, but I didn't know that was one whole album.
Yeah.
Like, let's appreciate the West while it's still, you know what I'm saying? Let's
Yeah.
appreciate, let's take it in, let's recreate it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So that it is a LA classic.
That is. And I didn't know that because I'm so busy listening to Lil Baby.
Right.
Let me embrace my roots real quick. YG, you where I'm from. We from Compton.
Yeah.
Not just Compton, we from LA.
Right.
So let me pop this one. I was driving around listening to Sorry Mama.
He's like, man.
What? I'm listening to all this because I want to embrace him while he here. So
Yeah.
Nipsey, a lot of people didn't embrace his music, while, but at the same time, we did give Nipsey his flowers while he was here too.
That's a fact.
Of course.
Being from here, do you feel any kind of way towards the older generation not embracing the younger generation?
No. It's a lot of goofy stuff going around. So if I was older, I'm not going to embrace you and you goofy as hell.
Right.
It's a lot of goofy stuff going around.
That makes sense.
But when you come to badgering, then it's different. You ain't got to talk to a youngin like that. You ain't got to be like so hardcore on the person.
Yeah.
It's about how you go about things. But I don't blame the older generation for being how they are.
Yeah. Now, I feel that too because I think that I think it boils down to a personality thing.
Exactly.
If you got one person that, or a group of people that just are in their head or in their feelings about the younger generation or people that are coming up under them, they're gonna, like you said, they're gonna badger them and do certain things, and that at that point it becomes disrespectful. If you're not disrespecting somebody, if you can just state your opinions, that's one thing. But I think it's probably just best for a lot of people, unless somebody's asking for advice, just don't say shit.
Yeah.
You know, just keep it quiet, do what you got to do, and you know, I think that'll save a lot of energy between, you know, the young and the new.
Exactly.
Since you've been doing your thing, though,
the old and the new. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Since you've been doing your thing, like, who's tapped in that surprised you like the most as far as
Dolla Sign and YG.
Word.
I gotta tell y'all about YG though.
Okay, go ahead.
I was at J-Rock event, his birthday
party, yeah.
and I'm laughing at something Knowledge said, right? So I'm in tears, laughing, looking stupid, all that. YG walks up to me, so I'm laughing, I'm looking this way, YG's on the side of me. He like, yeah, like, I'm like, hold on, man, let me wipe my face real quick.
I gotta get right
Hey,
real quick before I talk to you.
Hey,
Yeah.
so what you was saying? Like, he like, man, I like what you're doing.
like
You
what
doing
you're
it.
doing.
Like, he told me, I like what you're doing. You doing it. Like, whatever you need, hit me. Like, I'm like, well, come to the block
You're
party,
like,
my
you know
brother.
what's crazy is that I got this block party going on. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
I
Pull
don't know.
up.
We took a picture, but Ty Dolla Sign, I met him first, and he took, you know, Ty Dolla Sign, we did a song off of a favorite first, right? But when we actually went to the studio, and he, you know, we was ping-ponging with the writing, we was going at it, and I kind of think he got a feel of me. So from that point on, he accepted me, and he followed me, and we talked and everything. Then we just did another song.
Wow.
So, you know, obviously the song was good for him to do. Like,
Come back, keep it
approve of us
going,
doing
yeah.
another song. And this ain't off of a favorite. This is off of
Just your work.
the work, you know. Shout out to DJ Charisma as well.
Yeah.
So them two, like, and I always wanted to meet Ty Dolla Sign. Because I have people tell me, oh, you like a female Ty Dolla Sign.
Yeah.
You know, the melodic.
Right.
And he's so damn dope.
That's crazy.
He's so damn dope.
That experience, you guys in the studio together, it was everything that you wanted plus some.
Exactly.
Because a lot of people say, man, you shouldn't meet the people that you look up to because it might be a bad feeling, a bad situation, a bad
But I
run-into.
understand that too. You know, you might meet somebody like, and you might think they cool, and you meet them, they kind of weird. I haven't had that experience yet, but I'm saying I see it.
Knock on wood, please, because you know.
I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna come across somebody that I like, and it's kind of weird. I'm sure but you know, everybody was brought up different. But Ty Dolla Sign, that wasn't the case with him. You know, Ty Dolla Sign is who he is. I might not be used to certain stuff he's used to, but as a human to human, a person to person, we connected, and it was good vibes. YG, good vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Is it crazy for you going to the schools and people know your song?
It's crazy, like going out. Period. Now people asking for pictures.
They're reacting, man.
And it's crazy. I'm trying to take it in.
Yeah.
I don't want to like. Dang, I should appreciate that. I want to take it in now. So sometimes I do a reality check like, damn, she really just.
Man.
I had a girl. I don't know. She was crying. She was shaking. She like, can I get the picture? I'm like, why is she like? I'm
Wait,
just
wait,
like
wait,
you.
time out.
I don't feel.
How
like
she
a
do it? How
celebrity.
she do it?
No, come on. I want her to see this and be like that. Yeah,
It's
No.
appreciation, though, man.
I'm like, dang, why she doing that though? Like,
Yeah.
in my mind, I'm regular. I know what I look like in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I'm like,
I'm gonna tell you some shit Big Boy told me. He said, don't ever get used to it.
and it's a beautiful thing. Don't
It's just the day you get used to it, it's over.
it gets boring or something?
No, the day you get used to it, it's over.
Oh, okay.
people won't be asking no
Don't let
more.
that go over my head.
And if you can, I mean, just looking back at like when we started Homegrown, there wasn't too much like. I mean, there wasn't a lot of footage that we can. I mean, there were like flip cams and stuff like that. But take as many pictures as you can.
Yeah.
Get as much video as you possibly
I know
can.
y'all see me. I probably post like 3 times
Don't give a
day.
damn. That's what I'm saying. Do that, but
Document that shit.
Hold on to that footage too,
Yeah,
and not
yeah.
just on social media, but for yourself.
Yourself, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yes.
you're gonna look back and be like, "Damn, what was it like to hit that first school?"
Right.
You know
Shout
what I
out
mean?
to my cameraman Jose, and Millie. Them
Amazing.
two, they document everything.
Keep
Yeah.
that going.
Yeah.
Keep that going. So for you going into this whole process, like in the studio working, do you have like a regimen? Do you have a routine? Do you have like, I mean, I gotta have a studio like this set up when you do it.
Oh, the studio. I like to watch TV. I just learned that about myself. That was
That's
make me
interesting.
feel like I'm at home. Like I like to watch Fresh Prince or Martin. I need to watch something that makes me feel relaxed. So one time I was at the studio, right? I didn't like the energy at the studio for some reason. When I got there, my brain froze.
somebody else's studio or your studio?
Somebody else's
Okay,
studio. And I
gotcha.
think what it was is they were trying to invest in me and I wasn't comfortable with their intentions. So I'm like, I don't feel this. Like, when they put on Fresh Prince, I'm like, okay, I'm a little comfortable.
Yeah.
My dad got me some snacks. I'm a little comfortable. To me, in a candle. The candle and TV, that to me, that kind of like make
I'm
me
at the
feel like
house.
I'm at home. And I can relax my brain. I could think. I'm not trying to impress nobody. I'm in my zone. So I think, honestly, Fresh Prince. And I love movies. Like, my favorite movie is Crooklyn and Back to the Future.
Yeah.
I'm real animated sometimes. Like, I love movies. I like to feel like I'm in a movie. That's why I said The Boys in the Hood. I thought I was Doughboy yesterday when I'm walking around LA. So that relaxes me for sure.
Do you have to have? Do you like working in the studio with a lot of people, or do you like just kind of being by yourself? Is there a difference? Like, do you get a difference between the music that you make when you're by yourself and when you have other people?
The difference for sure when I'm by myself is you're going to get that pain music. I'm going to express all my feelings. I'm going to be emotional. I kicked my dad and my and Knowledge out one time, and I came up with a song called Pain Music. Because like I said, I was in there brain freezing, and I was like, everybody just step out for a second. When they stepped out, I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I just went crazy, and I just, like, felt that pain music came back. And then, like, I don't mind people being in my session. I just ask for people, like, not to smoke so much. Because I was recording one time, and then somebody was behind me. A rapper homeboy was behind me. I don't even know this dude. He behind me, like, hey, you want to hit this? And I'm trying to record. I'm like, bro. Because I don't smoke, right? So I can't, like, I know some people get high. I can't do that. When I tried to get high, like, as far as, like, Black and Miles and blunts or whatever, my brain started rushing. I kind of looks,
That's not for
you.
Yeah.
Like I tried the pens recently, the wax pens that relaxes me, but all that, the backwoods, and I can't do it.
It's not for you.
Can't do it.
I mean, the thing is, at least you know what it is. Like, you can kind of identify it. Like, if somebody's in there, they talking in the studio, you already know, like, hey, man, nah, we ain't with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't get, even though I tried the wax pens, I cannot use that in the studio. Because I get either lazy, like I tried indica, right? And I was lazy. And I tried sativa. And I was in there tripping, like, damn, my thoughts is racing. Like, I just said some hard shit, right? Hey, come back.
Right.
Oh, you said some hard shit and lost it.
Yeah, because the sativa had my mind rushing. I'm like, this ain't for me.
Yeah.
This is a workplace. Do that at home. If you're going to do it at home. But I see, like, Lil Durk and all these people. Even Problem, man, he came up with some hard-ass shit. But he was smoking. He like, yeah. But if I do that, I'm going to be like, oh,
What happened? Yeah. It's like,
what did I
it
just
was
say?
gone. It was here a minute ago.
Like,
Yeah.
you was talking about expressing all of this, like pain music and
Exactly.
like all of yourself through the music. Are you expressive like that? Just normal? Or are you not at all?
Yeah, I'm real sensitive. I could be real sensitive.
Sensitive, emotional, or
As of now, I've been learning to just talk about it. You know, like if I got a problem, I'm learning to talk about it.
Not let it build up.
Not let it build up, because the more you build up, the more bothered you get, and then it become over exaggerating anger. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can have an issue with you. I won't say nothing. A month past now, I'm just hot. Like, every time I see you, I don't want to see you breathe. Like, I don't want to hear you breathe. It gets like that. So now I'm coming to a point where I'm talking about it.
Do you think the music helped you with that, or what?
The business helped me with that. So being with my dad every day, you know, we like brother and sister, damn, because we with each other every day. My dad is young. Well, I think like 43 or 43 or 42. Anyways, I don't mean to put him on blast, but I had to learn that from me and him. We bumped heads a lot. You know, because we might disagree. But it comes to a point where it's like, okay, that's still my dad. We business. Now you got to talk about it. So it's becoming like, in the business, before we had this issue, before this be our downfall, let's talk about it. So I didn't learn it from music, but I learned it just being involved in music. Even if I was a cameraman, producer, I think the business taught me to talk about it. Because if you don't, it's just going over your head, and it's going to get to where it don't need to be. It's not that serious sometimes.
do you notice people treating you differently now in the
Yeah,
family,
definitely.
family, friends,
Definitely.
relatives, cousins, anybody?
Definitely. I got cousins that I don't talk to or have not talked to in years.
Reaching you out, reaching
Cousin,
out.
hey, come to my party.
Right. Turn
Come
up
here.
real quick,
Got
man.
some people up here that want to see
Come
you.
to
to
that song.
Hey, remember that song you did at Carson High?
Bro, it's definitely get weird, get different, but you got to embrace it and just take it for what it is.
How do you cut off now the making sure that it's not the homie business between people, because you got people that rock with you, that see you come up. How do you cut that off now from the people that probably still feel like you the homie, but you got to let them know it's not the homie business?
What I do is, like, I tell people that I don't know, even like if you my homie, I'm not gonna do something because you asked me to do it. We got to vibe. So you want me to do this? Come through, let's vibe. And if it work, it work. But I can't just do something because you asked me to do it. I might, if I owe you a favor, then let's do that. But it still got to match. It got to vibe. It got to make sense. That's my whole thing. Anything got to make sense. Whether you a homie or not, I might give you a discount or whatever you need.
Right.
But it got to make sense for both of us. That's my big thing. I got to benefit from you. Or if you really in need and I'm not in need, as long as you benefit, as long as you good, but it got to make sense. You know what I'm saying? If you a homie that I ain't talked to him. We had beef. And now you just my best friend and you need something. That don't make sense.
Right.
You don't really care for me. I don't really care for you. It gotta make sense. That's my big thing with everything. Like shout out to K Stone. He just came and did my video yesterday, right? But he had tried to send me a feature. I don't think I ever got it, but we were supposed to get in the studio. But I wasn't really, like, no disrespect to him, but I wasn't really focused on getting in the studio with him, right? But when he came to my video shoot yesterday and we just vibed, that's our first time seeing each other in person. And we vibe, like now that's like my bro.
Right. That
Bro,
opened
anything
up.
you need, I got you. Because I like your personality and we make sense together. Yeah, just because you came to my video and we was just so cool and just a vibe. It's not because I needed something from him or he needed something from me. We really just vibe. Yeah. Like, I didn't ask him for a favor. He didn't ask me for no favor. We just vibe. So I told him yesterday, anything you need, bro, I got you. Because it makes sense.
Yeah.
Talk about the block party real quick before we let you go.
Block party, April 20th, which is next Friday. It's Friday coming up. So I'm going to have a few special guests come through. I got a lot of stuff going for the kids. So I got a game truck. I got a jumper, a snow cone machine. I got crazy food coming. Taco Mail is coming to serve tacos to the first 100 people to come.
There you go. Say it
one more time for the
Let
people in the
Taco Mail
back.
enjoy himself. So after the first 100 people get their raffles, it's up to them to get the raffle. Go get your taco. Boom. We got I don't want to tell too much.
Yeah, don't give it all
Nah,
away.
you just pull up. I mean, pull up.
It's kid friendly. Please bring your kids, but please take your kids home with you.
Oh,
Damn.
People leaving kids?
No, somebody
They
said, I'm
dropping
going to
them
drop
off?
my daughter up. No, you're not.
Oh, like a daycare.
Yeah, this ain't no daycare. You gotta
Drop the kid off at the block party and go to the day party.
Yeah. No, you gotta know.
No.
I ain't responsible for no, even if my little cousin, listen,
It ain't
where's your
happening.
mama?
Yeah.
Nah, I get too much going on. I just want everybody to be safe and be careful. So please, just come monitor your kids. But it is kid friendly.
All right, so we do like to ask two questions before you get out of here. What song on the project, Princess Diaries?
Princess Diaries.
Princess Diaries is like the business card track. When I say that, it's like if people have never heard of Azjah, and you're walking up to them on the street, what song would be that business card track that's the best representation of who Azjah is?
Ooh, it's hard. That's hard. Because every song will never represent me. I'm going to just go with my favorite song right now. The one I got called On the Mission with One Take J.
On the Mission.
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorites.
And why is that?
The verse, I just love that verse. It's just a different, my range was different on
That
that
shit
a little
hard.
bit. My range was, I forgot you heard it.
Yeah,
I
this
forgot
nigga got
you
the
heard
inside.
it.
Well, I ain't heard it.
But
Man, the
my
people that have
range-
heard it.
I told you I put the first verse is way harder than,
Yeah?
Yes.
Because you,
Switch
okay.
shit up.
I'll let you hear it, but
She relaxed.
my range was different
You
on
got some
there.
other shit on there.
And then I love the song I got called Seen It All. I got it called. So,
Got you.
it's like the truth,
Seen
my
it all.
testimony.
And what was the one take again?
On a mission.
On the Mission. Now, before we get up out of here, what's one thing you want to make sure you do? The year can't end without Azjah doing what?
I gotta invest. Shout out to Nipsey once
Yeah.
again. I gotta invest into the plaza by the Orange where I grew up at. I gotta invest in there.
There you go.
Whether if it's 1,000, I gotta have a
Something.
business partner, whatever. I gotta invest.
That's amazing, man.
I like that.
That's my
You-
thing
use
right now.
that
That's
platform.
my biggest thing. And then I also plan on redoing the basketball court in the
There.
Orange. We're working on that right now, actually.
I like
But
that.
that's two of my biggest things.
That's amazing, man. Use that platform. Do what you got to do because you got a lot of
Yeah.
attention on you. Obviously the music is out there. It's great. You're doing your
Thank
thing.
you. Appreciate
look
that.
forward to the
Appreciate
to the project actually coming out, and then having this conversation again when things are progressing and even more things are happening for
Appreciate that, Chuck.
you. So for the folks that want to get in contact with you, go and give them your socials.
Go ahead and follow me on Instagram, AZJAH_, and then Twitter, official Azjah, AZJAH.
It ain't Azjah, okay? Just to let y'all
Oh
know.
yeah, Azjah, Aha, Azai, all type of stuff. It's Asian.
Azjah.
Like
Get
the
right.
continent.
There you go.
We appreciate you coming on through. It's
Thank you. I
Homegrown
appreciate
Radio.
it.
Chuck
Appreciate you having
Dizzle,
me.
DJ Head, the Homegrown Azjah, and we out, man. 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 Homegrown Azjah, and we out, man.